As always, I'm going to be straightforward. I've been trying to shoot this video a bunch of times. And let me just be completely honest with you. This pisses me off. As an individual living in a human body, I don't want to spend my time sitting here in front of an inorganic camera talking. And I don't want to offend anybody by showing that I have emotions and that I care. What am I supposed to do? I am enlightened. Do you want me to just hide that? Let me ask you a question. If there was a Christ or a Buddha or an enlightened being in the world and everybody's waiting for the return, waiting for someone to come help, what if they were here? Would you not want them to say, hey, I've got answers. We can actually put this to use and actually fix problems if we're not afraid to do the right thing. I have answers and I can help people do things if they put them to use. We can do the right thing. So yes, I'm getting a little angry because this is the only one you're going to see most likely, but I've been trying to record this forever. And every time that I sit here and have one moment where I go, well, you know what I'm saying? I go like, fuck! And I get so angry because I am a real person. I'm not pretending. I am telling you the fucking truth. I do know God. And guess what? When people say, God wouldn't swear, Christ wouldn't swear, every living thing that is alive, everything that has ever happened in the world, God, or the universe that is in everything, has been in it. Get that through your head. Where does that not make sense? God is in all things. Wow. Does that make God great? It means it's the creator. That's what it means. The creator of what we consider good and what we consider bad. God doesn't have a personal preference over you. Anyone telling you that just wants to control you or wants you to learn to control yourself based on their rules, based on what they told you. The world is obvious. There's a universal law in place that happens. When you plant a seed and you give it water and sunlight, oh wow, it grows. But no, wait a minute, that's not how life works. The way life works is a bunch of people with suits and ties write down some words, and then they tell you, and then they insult you and threaten you and tell you that if you don't do it, then you're going to get punished. And you listen like a bunch of little whiny kids. And you go, that's not fair. Well, we're not going to stand up for ourselves. We're just going to complain about it. Now, I'm not saying that I want to go have some armed revolution. It's what we're all heading towards because nobody seems to be able to do anything until they get to the point where they're so built up that they pop. Now, me at this level where I'm talking like this and this kind of tone of voice is like the highest that I'm going to get. There's a couple times in between the videos I shut it off and I literally was like, fuck, 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 why? Why is it so fucking hard to talk to a fucking camera? Because I want real living people. And if you were here, this wouldn't be the emotion I have because you'd be giving responses. We'd be talking. We'd be having a conversation. I wouldn't have a damn camera here. And nothing against the camera. You're a manifestation of God and the abilities God has in form. I get it. I'm not fucking stupid. I'm one of the most intelligent people you're ever going to meet. And I'm not saying that because I want any credit. It's true. Do you want a person who knows to walk around going, I don't know nothing? That's what they're teaching you. They're teaching you that nobody knows anything. And the universe is just a fluke. And we're all just tiptoeing around, doing our thing, trying to make our ends meet. It's fucking bullshit. You're here to learn. You're here to fix problems. Not to make money for some corporate entity. Not to just follow what people tell you blindly. Not to follow orders and save up money. Those are all ideas taught to you since you were a kid. I don't want to get so frustrated I turn this off again. I want to put something out to show you that I give a shit. Because I do. And everything I've ever put out shows that. Everything. And I don't want to sit here even talking about putting out YouTube videos to get a message to people. Sounds so stupid. Doesn't anybody else actually feel that way? Do you think the way that we're operating in the world makes sense anymore? Because if you do, you're very lost. When you say technology's the answer, we've got to use technology. I'm sorry, but you're not nearly as intelligent as you think you are. Yes, I do understand that most people only use that to communicate. But the answer is using that to get attention and removing it. We don't need to have communication with billions of people everywhere all over the world that we're never going to actually meet. Unless you're trying to make some money or get some kind of idea. Those kind of things, like, they just need to go. Now, I don't want to get frustrated and turn this off. But I want to show you I'm a real person that gives a damn. And because I do, I have to keep trying. I have to keep teaching the truth. And the truth is not fun. Get it through your skull that the truth is not going to be fun. There are so many things that we've done wrong and swept under the rug and tried to hide that are coming to the light right now that is not fun. And you can't spend your life being like, I don't want to believe that. I don't care. I believe these sciences and the research. Sure, in certain ways, if it can check out, sure. Everything I show you adds up. Show me where it doesn't. Let's start having some real interaction. The reason I can't stand technology is because nobody's using it to do the right thing. People are doing a lot of it to just feed their desires, and it's sickening. Where are the questions to any of this stuff that I'm talking about? Do you want to know what happens when we die? Do you want to know why we're all here? Do you want to know how words manifest? Or do you want to listen to some person in a nice suit with a sash on that says, just picture gold raining into your hands? Oh, and the things that you desire, your nice, shiny car and your beautiful home and the love of your life, those are all stand-down methods. Get it through your head. You're not here to get the things you desire. You're not here for that. You're here to work yourself out of that. So everybody pushing the idea of being who you want to be and getting the things you desire are totally on the wrong side of the spectrum. Totally. There are good things you can get in the meanwhile, sure. But if you're chasing after your dream, how do you not see that you're asleep? If you're chasing after a dream, you're asleep, obviously. That's not a play on words, that's truth. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry. This is the way things are. This is the way the universe works. When I talk about how letters and words actually create things, people, places, things, they really do. You can see it when I show it. So why aren't you sharing this with more people? Why are you afraid to say, this guy makes sense? You may not get it because that's a problem with you. Your brain doesn't understand right information. It's listening to all this shit you want to understand. It's all the history that you've been taught. Not that you know, not that you've experienced. I've experienced so much that I'm trying to teach it through words and letters. And I'm talking about something that I, as an individual, know and remember and can explain. Instead of detailing this guy or this girl or that woman, none of that matters. The history going forward is not going to help us except telling an old story. Do you not see that? Take what we know, move forward. Move fucking forward, please. You know what? I'm not even going to try to rewatch this. I'm just going to put it out because I care so much that I have to not care that people get offended at my person. Because my truth, the truth, is what I speak. The truth. I know God in a way that no one else ever has. Sorry that I have to put it that way. If Christ came back, if you want to give it that word, a truly enlightened being, one who understands the universe, whatever you want to call it. If I give it a name and people go, oh, you use that word and you're not that person because I have this image of it in my head. You're it too. You're God in form. Get it through your head and don't let it give you a big head because I don't have any kind of ego about me. I don't think I'm some big deal. I know my message matters and it applies to everything. So that's a big deal. This guy, if nobody takes me seriously, what do you think I give a shit about being here when I really, really understand that when I die, I do not die? This thing will be free. I don't have to try to help you anymore. And it's not some bodhisattva vow coming back to liberate all beings and just looking at them and going, oh, they don't understand. Oh, they don't understand. Things are the way they're supposed to be. Because that's not what it is. Don't listen to that shit. You have to be smart enough and proud enough of yourself in the right way to go forward, taking proper steps and knowing you are. And if other people want to put you down or insult you, you've got to be brave enough and have enough of your own self-esteem to not let them pull you down, to not be the anchor to your ship, to not be the big guy holding down the little guy, because you're not the little guy, even if you happen to be short. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't want to sit here playing with words all the time. It's heartbreaking for an individual to do nothing but pour their heart out, lose all their family and friends when none of them say why. They don't want to come around. Why? Because I talk about the truth? because I talk about how things need to change, because I point out where there are so many inconsistencies in the human race, and the only way that we as human beings can change that is by getting enough of us together to change. People say people are never going to change. Every day, every moment, your body's breaking down and changing on that kind of level. Every day, details happen and new things occur. That's change. Now, why don't you take initiative and start doing better things, putting better things forward so you can get better things back, instead of just following a routine and blindly going about your life, not thinking. I say this because I have nothing but good intentions for you and every being on this planet. Now, saying it in this fashion may bother some people, but guess what? I probably only have 6 or 7 people who watch any of the videos that I make anyway, which is an insult to you, which is an insult to humanity. And if you're one of the ones who watch it, it's an insult to the fact that you are starting to understand, or you're taking the time out of your life to pay attention to something where someone only wants to help you. That's all I want to do. That's all I want. I want nothing from you but to see you better, but to see us become something that's complete and together, not something that's so fucking broken apart. And if you don't see how broken apart we are, then you're broken. Your brain's broken, your heart's broken, everything. And that's not an insult. That just happens to be the case. Now, if you care, start sharing my message with people. Not because I want something, but because you want to see the change it can make. And when I say that, don't just give them my videos. Tell them to call me. Tell them to come visit me. Tell them to write me an email or a message of some sort. I have no disregard, or I have no, whatever freaking word is there, no block about wanting to talk to other people about this stuff. I have no block in it. And I don't have the perfect words for every situation because I'm human. I happen to be in a human body, just like you. None of us is perfect in that kind of way. But I'm trying to do the best I can for all of us. Are you doing that? By teaching people about what they should be eating, what they should be doing. Not should, but it's better to. Well, a better example of how you show compassion. A better example of how we work together. That kind of stuff. Not should, not have to. Not, it's the law, man-made. We've got to get over that. And if we don't, there's no hope for us. I know that I'm hope for human beings. I'm hope for the universe. And if you're starting to understand, or if you've understood that up to this point, I apologize for saying it in this way, but damn it. Do you understand that only 6 years is like infinite infinities to me? Every moment, this never goes away. Ever, 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 ever. Every second. I have cosmic patterns flying and floating through my head. Not the way that you see it depicted in a YouTube video with all kinds of flashy lights and all kinds of entertaining stuff. It's not entertaining. It's true. It's whatever is happening at the moment. It's not distracted on this side story. It's not distracted on that one. All those things are distractions. I could go on and on and on forever because I don't know where to stop, because there's nobody here to have a conversation with. The computer can't answer back. The camera can't answer back. This is so fake. I can't stand it. The world we're living in is so fake. And a person who's trying to bring reality back to itself is one of the people that they don't want to pay attention to because they're afraid of reality. Now I'm going to calm down, go into a meditative space, and do some word videos for you. Not because that's what I want to do. I want to bring people together to start actually doing some physical work. If people need homes, let's build them homes without money involved. If people need food, let's start growing some food without money involved. All those things are interfered with by this freaking stupid dollar. And whatever you think about money, you happen to be wrong. We don't need it. The problem is you don't understand how we could control each other if we didn't have money. Learn to control yourself and help other people learn to control themselves. That's it. No money necessary for that. No one paid me to give a damn. And no one could pay me any amount to stop giving a damn. I feel like that's an okay place to stop this recording. I love you. And I only say this because I care so much. It's hurting. It's hurting very much. I'm looking forward to a conversation I have with a friend in a few hours. There's 2 people that I get to talk to very often. One's Kelly and one's Conrad. 2 with a K. Interesting. Because they're of my kind. They're of my kindred kinetic. Because they actually care. Do you care? If you care, either you're not showing it, or maybe you just haven't stumbled into this yet, so I can't blame you. No one else is talking about this because no one else has experienced it. I'm the only one who understands this. And I'm sorry to say it, I'm not being conceited, I'm being completely honest. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I love my family, I love my friends, I love the world I live in, and therefore, family and friends involves every one of you, and every animal, and the environment. Because without those things, there would be no this guy. Those impressions, interpretations, examples, experiences made me. That's what makes you. And until we clean that up, it's going to make a lot of shitty people. Like I said, that's it for this video. I love you. Peace.